Haunted.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Rush and Speed and a TVT for you. Going to be a lot of tanks, probably top right. It's our guy Rush, and on the bottom left it is Speed. So Rush, second place finish in ASL 19. We've got ourselves our map here today. And what is going on for you guys? Hope you're enjoying the TVT so far. I got a couple comments recently saying, how come there aren't any mirror matches recently? And I was like, I did cast a PvP, and they're like, oh, I didn't see it. And that's why. That is why I do not cast mirror matches, because the clicks on mirror matches are super low. The algorithm does not refer them to you on your youtube.com homepage. So you don't see them because people don't like them. So yeah, half the views usually on average for a mirror match versus say a TVZ, especially in like a PVZ. So that's why. But hey, I do like casting all matchups. I cast a PvP last month. We've got a TVT here as well. It's gonna be a good one. Really, really excited to see what these two players are up to, man. So again, Rush, ASL finalist. Speed, never an ASL finalist, but that's okay. That's fine. We don't all have to be ASL finalists. He's definitely taken down some players who have better resumes than him in ASL matches. So I believe he can take Rush down here, and you get to see the evolution of the modern TVT. Look, I get it. For a long time, TVT was, you get a bunch of tanks, you put them in the middle of the map, you stare at each other for half an hour, somebody builds up a Wraith fleet with 5 starports, and then you go and try to kill the tanks with the Wraiths, and then it gets interesting. But no, now somebody throws up a tank line, and you throw up a defensive tank line, and then you start getting drop ships, and you start the drop-ins. The dropping is what makes this such an exciting matchup these days. You drop in someone's main. They counter-drop inside the main to stop your drop. You drop an expansion. They drop your expansion. Right? You drop on top of that tank line we were talking about. Shut it down. Bust it open. Your army can now come through. Drops are everything. Everything in this matchup. It's fan-friggin-tastic. It's really, really nice. So, excited to see what's going to go on in this TVT. Ooh, is that a command center first? Rush. No, we made the racks. Just kidding. Racks into CC. I was so excited to talk about drops. I forgot about the barracks. So it's barracks into factory here. So, this is going to be vultures coming out. A bunker is going to be helpful here. Especially if your enemy shows up with, like, oh, I don't know, a siege tank, for example, which they could quite possibly do. Entirely and particularly possible. Anyway, hope you're enjoying StarCraft in 2025. Trying to stop this SCV from getting up the ramp and scouting. They do kill him on the ramp. This SCV trying to get in there too. Can't do it. I don't think he got in there by himself anyway. And excellent job denying scouting by both players thus far. Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, he did. Never mind. I lied. Look at the vision. He got up there. He saw the expansion. He knew what it was, which is why he's expanding now. I take it back. We can check to see exactly what has been scouted here. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, what the heck? Let's rewind it. Let's check it. Okay, so the expansion comes down. The soundtrack restarts. We got a supply depot there. This is the dude that is going to try to see what he can see or if he gets chased away. And here he goes. He's very brave. He's heading up. He gets past the Marine. He does actually get up here. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's what I thought happened. That's what I thought. So we got up there. He saw the expansion. So now he comes back home. And he says, okay, well, I can expand if Rush is expanding. Absolutely, I'm safe to do that. So there you go. Command center up. Neat. Bunker, yes. Vulture production. No, actually. We have the factory. We're not making anything with the factory yet, because we instead decided to go for a command center, which is totally fine. What is this? Ah, here we go. Starport, right? So drops, right? We are getting ready for drops. I talked about how awesome drops are. You guys didn't believe me, but now you're going to believe me. Factory on the way from Rush. Speed behind economically, so he's going to try to get a drop of vultures, maybe some tanks here inside the main base. Maybe vultures dropping behind this mineral line would be something he'd want to do. It all depends on what he's up to. Ooh, double starport to me maybe actually indicates wraiths instead. Dude, fast wraith? Man, 2-port wraith and a TVT, that would be so good. I would be very happy about that. No, he's control towering this guy, but doesn't have room to control tower this starport. Excuse me. So what do we think it is, everyone? I guess we'll find out. Double factory coming in from Rush. Oh, you know what? Wraiths, and Cloak? Ah, it is. So it's Wraith, Cloak. That's what the control tower is for. It is 2-port Wraith. Okay. We got a 2-port Wraith opening in a TVT. If you clicked on this, because I said 2-port Wraith opening in the title, let me know. I want to see how many people are being influenced by moderate spoilers of the videos they watch. Yeah, man. All right. We got to figure out, when does Rush realize there are Wraiths coming? Because there's really no reason to get anti-air in a TVT. Unless your enemy is coming at you with like 20 Marines or something. It's like, oh, crap. Like with dropships and stuff. Then, yeah, anti-air. But otherwise, there's just not any reason to get turrets. This is so important to hide, too. Where's your comsat timing, Rush? Where's your academy? Like, we get comsats in this matchup, but they're both kind of delaying it, aren't they? Dude, Wraith, Cloak. You show up with, like, 6 Wraiths, and they're cloaked. Especially, I think Rush just dies. He just falls over dead. It's like a cardiac arrest. Carol? Okay, hang on. Ooh, Vulture gets in. Gets 2 SCV kills before he dies. That's pretty good stuff. Charon boost is on the way. Oh, because the Wraiths are here. Oh, man. All right, so we never figured it out. The Wraiths showed up. Hey, look, Goliath show up and you cloak. Ah, it's so brutal. Rush is so sad right now. He's like, oh, this is how Zerg players feel when I 2-port Wraith rush them with cloaked Wraiths. All my workers die. Look, it's about even worker count right now. Comsat station is coming in. These Goliaths are going to be able to keep the Wraiths away, but this worker count at the natural is pretty anemic. Dude, they're coming back in like they're cool. Nuts. Look, he's... Oh my gosh. 38 to 20. Okay. It's a 10 worker advantage now. These Wraiths did all of the work. 2 kills. 7 kills on that one. Oh, got one of them on the way out. 2 kills, 7 kills, 2 kills. It's 40 to 27 workers in favor of speed. That is so cool. Oh, man. Rush is like, so that was embarrassing and really bad. And it was. He was up. He was up in economy. And now he's down 10 workers in economy. En economia. CC. Whew. Somebody's scanning someone. It was this guy. No, it wasn't. Who scanned? I don't know what that scan was. Maybe they scanned up here, but... Cool. So, Rush has a big army, but it can't do anything about a bunch of Wraiths, except that he does have the Goliaths, so the Charon boost at the front now. But against Siege tanks, the Vultures and the Goliaths are having a bad day. Siege tank Wraith superiority. Coming in from our guy, Speed. This is why we like Speed, folks. This is it. This is why we like Speed. Because he does the craziest stuff. Wow, 3rd CC coming in. The Wraiths getting scouted by the Spider Mines. That's kind of nice. Oh, there's a scan in the main. Like, is it just Goliaths? Just Goliaths all the time? Because I'm just going to keep making tanks if you keep making Goliaths. It's a good idea, is what it is. 3rd base coming in the right side here from Rush. On location, which is very risky. It could get sniped by these Wraiths. There's still not a turret at this base? Dude. He's just, okay. He's like, you know what? If you're not going to learn your lessons, sir, I'll just kill all the SCVs on your gas. There's the scan. The Wraiths actually juke right. Ah, but they're trapped. They try to take the most direct path out of here. And 3 of them make it out. That's more than I thought would make it out here. 9 kills. Oh, and then they accidentally, well, I think intentionally scouted this and killed the SCV building the 3rd. Oh, delays the 3rd construction. 3rd construction is going to finish before for speed. Although, I mean, it's on location for rush, so that's a good advantage for sure. Yeah, he's going to try to land it over here for the 3rd base. Everything is A-okay. More scanning. Yeah, it's Tank Wraith. Tank, Wraith, Tank, Wraith. It's Tank, Goliath, Vulture. You got to keep these Goliaths nearby because the race will start taking HP off of your tanks, and then the enemy tanks win. It doesn't take that much to bring them down to a point where it's problematic. And while we have a bit of a moment here, quick plug for... What are you going to talk about now? For PayPal. You can support me on PayPal. One-time donations. 99% of the cash goes to me instead of the platform, unlike a lot of other places that will take up to 30 to 50% of your donations. So if you want to support the channel direct and most of the money goes to the StarCraft, then do that. PayPal. Link in the description for a direct link to Falcon Paladin's PayPal site. Check it out. Hey, it's the siege tank lines we were talking about. It's spider mines intermingling over here. You thought this was vultures or something, didn't you? Just spider mines having tea together. It's nice. Ah, Rush says 2 can play at this game. I will also go Wraiths and see how you feel about that. So 116 to 123 supply here. Upgrades for speed are 0-0 for his mech, 0-0 for Rush here too. They're both working on a +1 attack, and they're both very close to being done. So both Rush and Speed fans are happy to see that. And look at this. Rush is catching up. He's only down 1 worker. He's down 2 overall supply. I think this 3rd base being on location has really helped him, whereas Speed had to build his in the main base and then fly it down. Ooh, Valkyries too. Rush. Rush, you're so smart. Rush. Ooh, adding 1 Valkyrie into your Wraith ball against enemy Wraiths means you win. Wraith anti-air against things that stack up and are very weak, like Mutas and like Wraiths. Things like Corsairs die to them too. You don't see Valkyrie versus Corsair very much outside of things like Fastest Map, which I do Sunday streams where we do cast a lot of Fastest Map if you're interested in checking that out. But anywho. Yeah, clearing out the enemy spider mines that are mingling with our spider mines. Stop teaching them incorrect ideas. Your philosophies are wrong, enemy spider mines. Okay, so tank line, but we've already skipped the part where we sit here for 30 minutes because we're getting Wraiths already. I mean, we were getting Wraiths at the 4-minute mark is what we were doing. Okay, so both teams have cloaked Wraiths. The difference here is that Rush has got a Valkyrie. Is it just the one? It's just the one Valkyrie. He's not overmaking Valks as they can't shoot down. Yeah, enemy barracks dies. You got to rebuild that to build more factories, which you probably want to do at some point here as the 4th base comes up for both players, 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock locations. Oh, man. Just such good SCV sniping. I mean, the barracks scouted that one for him. That was real good. And it's like, you still don't have a turret at your natural base. This has been the most disastrous natural base in a TVT I've seen in a very long time. They're usually pretty protected, I guess, unless they're getting dropped. For example, SCVs and Vultures both do not trigger spider mines. A lot of fun. Okay, Speed. I like what we're doing here. This 4th base for Rush is not coming up. Wraiths versus Valkyries versus Wraiths. Rush wins. Because of course he does. He had the splash damage. Now the Wraith count of our guy's Speed is a lot lower. Jumping on it Okay, jumping up the right side with just Vulture, but then the tanks. And the Vultures of Rush are taking some serious tank shots here. They doesn't want to be here at all. They are too squishy for that. Yeah, SCV transfer down this way. Dude, Speed just lost his Wraith Ball. But he's still got Goliaths. It's 174 to 154 supply. Rush is up. Finally, the fourth base is getting resumed with its construction. 68 to 66 workers, but this base, there you go, didn't exist until just now, and the fourth base was great for our guy. Speed, is he going to expand down here now is the question. Yeah, this has been action. Ah, Wraith sniping siege tanks is not what you want to see. No Charon boost on these Goliaths. Means they can't be covered by the tanks nearly as well. There aren't that many Goliaths either. Dude, Rush. And then he gets the Vultures into the fourth base. There's one turret here, but we just park outside of the turret radius with the Wraiths. Oh, enemy Valkyrie tries to do... No, he tried to do it. The cloaked Wraiths sniping drop ships as they come in. They get scanned, but they're like, you just have one Goliath. We can kill you. And then they do. And there's enough Wraiths left over to take down a siege tank. Another Valkyrie comes in. And, okay, fighting this one, maybe not the greatest of ideas. Wraith, guys? Okay, never mind. We're totally fine. Totally fine. 4 kills and 4 kills. How does it feel, says Rush. Losing all your SCVs to Wraiths, and Speed's like, not good. And then now I know how you felt 10 minutes ago. 170 to 131 supply. Rush is up big time, man. He's got the army. He's got the +2 attack. It's +2 attack as well for Speed. The air advantage is belonging to Speed here, although losing a Wraith for... Oh my gosh. Dude, Rush is just this good. He knew he could use that Wraith to kill that Goliath. And every tank that gets picked off on the back line means there's more of a success chance for the tanks of Rush when they come and try to deal with this. Finally, the Wraith dies, but dude, look at this tank situation. It's like 20 tanks versus 4. Yeah, this is terrible. This is really bad for Speed. He's down 30 supply. The tank count is heavily favoring Rush. He's trying to set up on this bridge and fire at this third base up the left side by Speed. A pretty common tactic for tanks. But tanks do respond here from Speed and shut it down, at least for the time being. At least you can hold tanks off with similar numbers of tanks, especially when there's a choke involved like this bridge. Checking to make sure that Rush isn't expanding up this way. That's what these Vultures are trying to do. What is... Oh, okay. They're attacking a science facility, which, again, you gotta rebuild if you want to make science vessels, which, I don't know. I mean, D-Matrix is pretty good in this matchup. Look. Look, look, look. I promised you drops. You know how you counter drops? Cloaked Wraiths! Man, Wraiths have been in the right place at the right time today, haven't they? Oh, no. Tanks shutting down the fourth base of Speed. SCVs forced to fight in the mix here. They are causing some friendly fire splash on the siege tanks, and they do save it. This is... But it's 157 to 108 supply. Mating. Ooh, he spider mines a couple of the tanks. Speed doing some pretty smooth moves here. Honestly, some pretty fantastic smooth moves. But Vultures get into the fourth base somehow. No tank support. They just wander in. Okay, but if you get behind this mineral line, you can kill a ton of these workers. The Wraiths helping the tank positioning here. Oh, okay. Yeah, Rush says, don't show me how to use tanks in TVT. I was born into making Wraiths in TVT. I was molded by making Wraiths in TVT. Okay, Wraith's dying, but 160 to 90 total supply. Speed being under 100 supply right now is death. It is death of the utmost death colors right now. Yeah, SCVs come out and try to deal with these tanks. Again, they can cause friendly fire splash. They can tank some damage, so the Goliaths can actually target the tanks down. Okay, that actually works. Speed is sort of hanging on, but no, GG. Yeah, there's too much going on up this way for Rush, for Speed to really come back and win this thing. He's down in like 70 supply. He knows it. He knows it. If you're losing and you know it, clap your hands. And he clapped his hands. So, dude, I thought for sure this opening would be a massive, massive win. Holy cow. Like a massive, massive, massive win there for Rush. I thought Speed was going to win this thing when he took out like 15 SCVs at the 4-minute mark. Up here at the natural base. Rush had no answer for it. He didn't panic. He didn't. He made Charon boost. He made some Goliaths. He got some Comsat. He was fine. And I don't think there was a single drop in this game. I promise you drops, but we got Wraiths, which is basically better. So, hey, Wraiths are fun, aren't they? I would argue, yes. End of the day, we got 116,000 points, 134,000 points in favor of Rush. He outproduced Speed. He outkilled Speed. He outstructure killed Speed, which is called raising buildings. And then the resource outspend by Rush a tiny bit, but a tiny bit can go a long way in a mirror matchup. So there you go, mirror matchup fans. There's one from Falcon for you here in July of 2025. And that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.